Thank you very much. Normally, you should have spoke English. Then I said I will do it in French, and then we will switch. I'm sorry, I didn't practice so much, so you will get my very French accent to share with you the result of the BPI plan, the Deeptech plan. Sorry about that. So as Nicolas said and Mr. Minister, we have more than double the numbers of startups created through the universities. So we are at 385 in last year. So on the way to the 500 that we have for the next year. You can see that we have two main regions in France, Paris, but Lyon and Grenoble, that's for you, Bruno, show that there is clearly a trend on the deep tech on those specific region. You said, Mr. Minister, that we are not yet, we agree, we are not yet at having an industry of the deep tech, but we are on our way. And as you can see, we have now 2,600 startup deep tech in France. 1/3 are around health tech, 1/3, small third that we push on the green tech, and 1/3 on what we call sovereign technology like quantum or AI. We start to share and we start to look at the revenues. I think it's a major shift. We are going to look more and more about how much revenue are made with those startups. It's not yet big, but it starts more than 3 billion euros. 50,000 people and 150 industrial sites, factories. So clearly it's becoming, and we think we are on the way to create new industries, new factories, and new employment in France. On the amount raised, it's a little bit less than last year, less than 3 billion euros. Clearly, it's also a long journey. That's probably the most important thing. We are working with your friend EIC and European Commission to boost the ecosystem of the VC industry in Europe to be able to take the lead for the future for those startups. But when we look to where we were 6 years ago, we are less than 1 billion euros, so it's more than 3 times. Clearly, we need to do 3 times much more faster, and I hope that we will be at 10 billion in the coming years. It's clearly our next goal. And we are all together tonight because we share the same ambition. I'm very happy because, as you can see, with your friend in the room, with the UK, Germany, Sweden, Netherlands, Switzerland, we do at least 80% of the European deep tech, so it's something. And I think that the fact that we work together is something with the European Commission leading us is clearly something which make a lot of sense. As you can see, we in France like to try to tackle UK, so we are not there, but we push, and Germany is with us. But all together, we will make this 50 billion euro. 50 billion euro of investment in deep tech in Europe is the same amount than China, but it's 4 times less than the US. So clearly, we know where we have to go, and for that, again, we need all together to push together. The big thing for us is also to look at exit. At a time, all those companies won't become a standalone company. We know that's part of the system. As you can see, exit are starting to grow. We are at around 25 a year. It's not big, but it's growing. The second stuff which is interesting is that we almost triple the medium amount of money that are where the company is acquired. So a little bit less than 120 million euro. That's clearly also a new frontier for us. We clearly need to accelerate, to give back the money to the LPs and give them the money to reinvest, of course, in the future fund that we will need for the future of those startups. One thing which is interesting is that we know that deep tech are part of an existing ecosystem, And we see that especially in this exit, because 60% of those exits are in France and 75 are in Europe. So it's not just to give all those technology in the US, but clearly we think that the wheel is running, and that those ecosystems are working more and more together. And to conclude, just to thank the team, because we are making a huge effort thanks to our LP, France 2030, EIC, which is a big LP. We cannot do anything without you, so thank you very much. 1.3 billion euro of funding, subsidies, loans on the deep tech for more than 1,000 startups last year. We invest more than 60% of our direct investment in the deep tech, so we are doing the job on the direct. We invest more and more on the fund of fund. Clearly, we need to push the ecosystem of private fund. We need more private money. That's clearly the next goal for us. And we support all the ecosystem with Tandem and Tango, as Nicolas described it perfectly a few minutes ago. For the future, we have, through what Mr. Minister told, a new ambition, and we are very happy to participate to this second wave of Deep Tech Plan. We think clearly we need simplicity, as you mentioned. We need more talent, and there are opportunities. We clearly need more and more talent coming from everywhere in Europe or everywhere in the world. But we need also financing and more private financing. And we need to do that at the European scale. So thank you so much for being there with us today. It's a privilege. And I will let you come on stage to share again what we can do together and what you're doing. Thank you very much.